I'm sitting here trying to, like, just thinking about deep-rooted issues or whatever. And I'm like, where does this issue arise to where I don't feel like I'm pretty enough? I don't feel like I'm enough in certain, like, romantic aspects, right? And I forgot that when I was in the 5th grade, my 5th grade class, it was a 5th and 6th grade class in one. So there were 6th graders with the 5th graders. And so one of the kids in the class, I think he was in 6th grade, he was in my class. I was 10, he was 11, whatever. In the same class. When I was 10, I thought the 11-year-old was super cute. And he sits there, and he lived next door. It was snowing. Me and my older brother were playing outside. And then the kid comes out. We're all playing. And then my older brother was like, do you think she's pretty? And not like like trying to mock me, but like being an older brother, right? Oh, you think she's pretty? And he was like, yeah, she's pretty, but there are girls who are prettier. And my older brother was like, that's my sister. He was like, oh. And it's like, that has been my whole life. I know I'm not drop dead gorgeous. I've never been called drop dead gorgeous. I've never been called gorgeous, I've never even really been, outside of family, I've never really been called beautiful. So, like, I give the compliments the way that I do because I feel like that's so important. You don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know. If you think somebody's beautiful, just tell them. If you think they're gorgeous, tell them. It is, like, crazy to me. I've been told that I look, like, by an ex a couple of years ago, that I look ugly when I cry. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had to look fucking pretty while crying. Yeah, being told I look ugly when I cry. I was told earlier this year, probably in, like, May, I'm like, I know I'm not drop dead gorgeous, and, I'm just like, yeah, I'm talking about the same thing, right, with somebody, and they were like, but your confidence is super attractive. Is what makes you so attractive. It sounds backhanded, like, oh, well, you're what makes you attractive is your confidence, and only reason why I'm as confident as I am in myself is because I've had to put myself up there. Like, I've had to compliment myself in the way that I want to be complimented, because nobody else does, Like, I've said before, like, I'm not conventionally attractive, and I know I'm not conventionally attractive. Like, I don't have, like, or I know, like, so many people, like, I've known people that, like, we're cool, they're, oh, man, they see me, they think I'm, oh, man, you're so pretty, whatever, trying to be all, see what's up with me, and then they see one of my sisters, and then, like, I'm pushed to the background. And it is just so, like, how else do you take something like that? Like, first and foremost, motherfuckers just suck. And it's never anything personal. But it gets to you. Shit like that will get to you. Like, obviously, people don't want me because I'm not pretty or I'm not skinny. I've had motherfuckers like when I was 160 pounds sit there. I'm not a bitch to cry on the internet, but, like, I remember, like, when I was 160 pounds, motherfuckers thought I was too big. Like, what? I was 5'3", 160 pounds. So what would you think of me now at 200 pounds? Like, I've built muscle because I work out. I'm very active. And, like, I don't know. I just think it's so fucking crazy. Like, I don't care about people's perspective of me. Like, I don't care if others, like, think I'm beautiful, but there's still things where it's like, damn, like, I shouldn't always have to compliment myself. I shouldn't, like, if it sounds silly, but there are going to be times when you are the most confident person. You can be the most confident, self-assured person in the fucking world. I'm very secure in myself. I'm very sure of myself. I'm very confident in myself. But there are still times where I sit there and I'm like, damn, well, if people don't call me beautiful, maybe I'm not beautiful. Like, or like, You know, if I choose me. But it's like, as somebody who wants to get married and have kids one day, like, you have to be chosen for that. You know what I mean? You have to find somebody who chooses you and wants to have kids with you, who wants to marry you. And so, like, I'm a little emotional right now, obviously, but like, this is raw. Like, this is just really like, this is just what I'm thinking. Like, oh, hey, you know, maybe I'm looking in the wrong area, right? But it's still like, as something, you know, I don't get that I'm beautiful and that I'm gorgeous and that, oh man, like, and I know that's not everything, but you can't deny the fact that it would feel good to hear it. It feels good to hear those things. It feels good to have other people see the beauty in you and how great you are. And when you're the only one who sees your worth, like, it's tiring having to constantly do everything yourself and take care of yourself and be the only one to hype yourself up in the way that you want to be hyped up. That's hard. That's really hard. Like, it always makes you think, like, what's wrong with me? I'm the common denominator. I'm the common factor in all this shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Because, like I said, out of all my years, right, through everything I've been through, I'm the common denominator. So, like, there has to be something wrong with me. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with me. I've grown a lot, even just within this past year alone. I've grown so much. I've done things that I would have never done. I've grown in ways. I've broke cycles. I've broke habits. I've, you know, stopped putting pressures on myself and stuff. And like, but that's one thing I've always wanted since I was a kid. I've always wanted to get married and have kids. And so being told things from a young age, from a child, from a little girl, imagine looking at a fucking 10-year-old and saying like, oh, she's pretty, but there are prettier kids. She's gonna have a hard time. That's like, and I know people are gonna be like, okay, what the fuck? She's a terrible person, but Ash Trevino, right? If she was the nicest fucking person in the world, would people talk about her the way that they do, in the sense of how she looks? Would people make fun of how she looks to the extent that they do if she was a good person? Or would people say, she's pretty, she's this, like, oh my god, like, don't make fun of her? Like, if I was a terrible person, would I be talked about? Would people really tell me how they actually feel about me? Oh yeah, you real ugly. Oh my god, no, you look like woo woo. Like, I think it's so weird. I've had the better option thing. I've been told I look ugly when I cry. I've been told, you know, I don't know, it's just like, what if I find better? What if I find better? You'd be perfect for me, but what if I find better? If I'm perfect for you, what do you mean, what if I find better? Obviously, you want somebody who looks a certain way, and there's nothing wrong with that, but leave me the fuck alone then. Leave me the fuck alone then. Don't put me through anything else mentally if you're gonna be on bullshit like that. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's just, it's horrendous. It's just so like, what the fuck? Where do people think that it's okay to say these certain things? And like I said, like, Ash Trevino is a fucking terrible person. The way that she's treated her kids, the shit that she said, just. But if she was a fantastic person, she was nice as fuck, would people be saying the same things about her when it comes to her looks? Or would they be like, no, she's pretty, no. I feel like some people's actions can really, like, if you're a great person, that shows on the outside too. You're a good person on the inside, that shows on the outside. And if you're a shitty person on the inside, it shows on the outside. But it is just like, I don't know, what if there's better? What if there's, I've never been made to feel like I'm worthy. I know I'm worthy because I've had to build myself up to that. I choose myself. So if I don't choose myself, who will?